Well, hello, strangers. Welcome back. It's Generational Sports. Been a long time. I've got a new co-host now. Josh is looking like a wind tunnel now.
And plastic surgery.
Plastic surgery, yeah. You know, then you ever seen the what's that suits place? You're gonna like the way you look. Josh didn't like the way you looked,
No.
so now he's looks like a fan. Listen, the camera cord's all a little messed up. Josh is going to get a new one, and we'll be settled from there. But until then, you're going to look at absolutely nothing.
You got your
Besides me,
face.
Josh, don't. It's probably better this way though. They get to look at me. You know what I'm saying?
I like that shirt though. Where'd you get that shirt?
Listen, started working in the office. I gotta get the nice collards, bro. I'm telling you, Kohl's.
Really?
Oh yeah, I got like 15 shirts, all from Kohl's.
Nice, nice. Did you get a good discount on the full
I
form?
wouldn't go as far as saying discount,
Hmm.
but you know, I got something for it. I mean, actually, I don't know because my nan, I believe, had some type of like coupon. I also believe during the time I bought it, it was one of those buy this get this type of situations.
Hmm.
So I'm not completely, Josh. I'd be lying to you if I said I actually knew. That's what I'm trying to say here.
Okay. Glad you're not lying to me. That makes me feel better.
I could never. It would just hurt my feelings. But Josh, it's been so long. How are you doing?
I believe
I feel like I don't even know you anymore, Josh.
I know. I believe the last time we were live, my eye was very red. It was not looking great. And
Sounds
actually,
familiar.
the very next morning, I had to go to the ER for my eye. I woke up and I was blind.
You
No
were
lie.
blind
I could not see. I couldn't
out of
open it.
either eye.
No, just my right eye, just the one that
Oh
got attacked.
Jesus!
So I had to go to the ER, and
What the
I I went to the ER. They stabbed me in the eye, and then they were like, "Oh, did that hurt?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Oh, the nurses didn't put on the numbing cream." It's like, "No." And they were like,
bro?
"I'm so sorry." Literally stabbed my eye trying to check for like a reaction, and it hurt like a bitch. And then the doctor leaves, and then he comes back and he's like, "Can you get a ride to Champaign?" And I was like, "That's like 2.5 hour drive." I was like, "Why do I need a ride?" And they're like, "Well, it's a medical emergency. You can't drive." I was like, "Okay." And so I get a ride, go see an eye specialist. She shines a lot of lights in my eyeball, stabs my eye as well, and then gives me some eye drops. No one told me what was wrong with my eye. Like I still to this day do not know.
Listen. That's terrible. But I'm not gonna lie to you. You're kind of at blame for this.
How?
How do you not ask what's wrong?
I did. They couldn't give me a straight answer because they said like all they did was say it was inflamed, but they didn't tell me like what the reaction was, what happened, or anything. Even the follow up didn't get an explanation. Like it's fine now. I can see. I got eye drops
Clearly,
for when it hurts a little bit. Yeah, I'm good, but it's I still don't. They don't even know exactly what happened. It freaked me out when they said medical emergency, and then they just walked out. Like I was like, "Am I gonna lose my eyeball?" And then I thought, like, well, then I can collect disability, so that's kind of a plus.
yo, you're crazy. You're
But then
crazy.
it turned out to be all good. The eye is fine. But yeah, it was a very, very interesting chain of events. They gave me steroids. That's what I had to take for the eyeball. But other than that,
You
I've
really
been
do
great.
always got some type of issue, Josh. You know
Well,
that?
there is a plus. I did get a new bed, which is
You got a new
nice.
bed?
Yeah, a new mattress. Not a whole new bed, but a new mattress. Bug tore up
Coming
the other
from
one.
I almost lost an eye to new bed is just two
got
totally different sides of the spectrum.
got to end it on a good note. The bad thing happened. Got a new bed.
Okay.
But the
I
eye
mean,
is
hey,
fine. Eye is fine.
God bless. Love that for you. Happy that you got two eyes.
And now, me too. It was a close call. Some would say
I
it was a
mean,
close call.
apparently.
When you go blind, you don't always expect to get it back. So I'm glad it's back.
simply just not what you want.
No, it's quite the opposite.
Well, all right then.
How are you doing, Connie?
I mean, shit, a hell of a lot better than you, apparently. Like I said, I mean, yeah, no, I must have been in the office the last time that we had spoke, but I'm in the office. We're out here closing some deals now.
Okay.
Doing that with my boy, Renegades. Same old, same old. But I told Josh, he said, "Oh, I'll have a new camera by next week, whatever." Next week, your boy's out of here. I'm going on a nice little European cruise with the boys. With the boys. So
What are we hitting? Where are we hitting? Like what?
So let me give you the full rundown. So just make sure I don't leave anything out for you. I got to fly to Barcelona, right?
Ooh.
So we go to Barcelona. Then I'm there for like a day because I didn't feel like paying for a hotel on top of the airfare and this cruise. Then we go to Cannes, France.
Hmm.
Then we go to Florence. Florence, Italy, and we're actually there for 2 days. I've never been on a cruise where you stay in one place for more than like a few hours, so this will be new to me. Then from Florence we go to Rome. Then we go to Naples. I believe, and then we were supposed to actually go to another place in Italy, but it got canceled. I still don't know why it got canceled, but it did. Then we go to Palma, Spain. Then we go to Ibiza.
Ooh.
And then we're back in Barcelona.
So how long in between like the destinations are usually you're on the boat? Like how long?
Oh no! See, that's the thing. Most cruises I've ever been on, I've done Caribbean ones. So it's usually like, you hit an island, and then you hit another island, and then like you have a day at sea, and then you go to the other island. Yada yada yada. Like you usually have a few days at sea. And there's usually a day at sea, leaving. Or you usually leave, day at sea, and then the island on the third day. And then coming back, it's usually, day at sea, and then you're in. This one, there's only one day at sea, and that's only because the island got canceled.
Oh.
So I like I said, I've never been on one like this. All the ones I've ever been on, there's always like, usually multiple days at sea throughout the whole trip. But let's see. Monday we're in France. Then Tuesday, Wednesday we're in Florence. Thursday, Rome. Friday's Pompeii. Then Saturday's that day at sea, which wasn't supposed to be a day at sea. And then Sunday is Palma. And then Monday, Spain. And then Tuesday we're back.
So really, the cruise is just more of like a quick ride, is what the boat is for. Not really spending too much time on there.
I mean, listen, we're honestly, this cruise is better than other ones I've been on. I've been on some islands for like 6-7 hours. This one, let's see, we're in France from 8:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Florence, we get there at 6:30 in the morning. We don't leave until 7 p.m. on Wednesday. 6:30 to 7 p.m. is Rome. 6:30 to 5 is Naples. 9 to 4 is that was the day that got canceled, so never mind. This one, Palma, we're 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. So maybe enjoy a little nightlife, a little hanging then.
Yeah.
And then Ibiza, we're there 7 a.m. to 6 p.m.
So Florence is the only one where you're like staying overnight there?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what most cruises are. I mean, like I said, this is the first cruise. This is my 4th cruise I've been on. And this is the only time I've ever stayed in a place more than like, a few hours.
Right.
I'm excited.
Sounds fun. Sounds awesome.
Me and like my original squad from school that I'm still boys with.
Hell yeah.
And then like my friends, like one of my friends, his parents are going, and then my other friend, like his whole entire bloodline is going. So that'll be interesting, but I'm looking forward to. Looking forward to.
Sounds like a time.
Sounds like a time. Well, listen, enough of us. We know. Listen, I don't know what people care about, so we really appreciate that. But people are here for the sports too. And with that being said, Josh, this first topic, what a beautiful topic to come back to, because I think it's a passionate topic. I think there's only one correct answer on the topic as well. Should UFC judges have to explain their reasoning behind their scorecards? Now, Josh, let me tell you something. Why I've never, ever in my life agreed with something more than that statement. And honestly, I think it should be throughout sports. I don't understand. I don't get it. I mean, maybe it's because the umpires union or something would never agree to it, or this, that, whatever. I really think the exact same way that players and coaches have press conferences after a game, umpires should too. And listen, maybe nobody will care about it, this or that. I'll tell you what, they're going to care about it. They're going to care about it when it's a bad call, and we never ever get explanations. Especially in the UFC, like at least in the NBA, there's that 2-minute report or something like that.
Yeah.
Even in the MLB, I've seen some recent controversies. Like there will be statements made. NFL, there's statements. Like I don't think I've ever heard a literal peep from a UFC judge in my life, and there are some awful scores. Like we're talking, what was it? Kai Kara France, and who did he just fight a few weeks ago or whatever? Listen, I think France won that fight.
Absolutely did. Absolutely did.
And this man lost?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. I just don't like not being able to hold somebody responsible. It annoys me. It's like, you did this, at least tell me why. At least tell me why. Because I gotta know. Like, how did you come to the decision that was, a 10-9 round for the other person? At least give me something here.
Yeah, I think even in the NBA and NFL, like the refs at points do have to explain themselves when it's a reviewed play. Like at least you get an explanation on like important moments, in the NBA.
You at least get the not enough evidence to overturn.
Yeah, like you at least get something, but in the UFC, like talking about that Kai and Amir Albazi fight, like it even if it was coming down to that fifth round, which I don't think it was, I think Kai was already up 3-1. Like he beat the shit out of him in the fifth round. He landed as many significant strikes as Albazi threw. I don't know how you can look at that. And I think the reason the UFC is probably never going to have it is because it's the State Athletic Commission that appoints the judges. And with jobs like that, you don't got to know shit to get that job. Like you don't. No. I saw someone on the Joe Rogan podcast, I can't remember his name, but he said he asked a UFC judge, like, what is a triangle choke? And she couldn't give him an answer. Like, she just had to walk away because she didn't know. Like, if you can't even tell me what a triangle choke is, how are you going to tell me who won the fight? Like, how can you do that? Like, it's getting to a point, me as a degenerate gambler, I bet on Kai Kara France. So that's very upsetting to me, too, because I feel like you robbed me of my money as well. It should be a thing because no other sport, like the MLB, yeah, I guess would be, if it's bottom of the ninth and, it's a clear ball and they call it a strike, the umpire should, have to be held accountable for that. But I think the UFC is a sport where, those people literally dictate the outcome. You could clearly win a fight, but if the judges, two of them love ground control, whether you do anything with it or not, they account for that more than, the jabs you land or leg kicks. That's like they should have to give a reasoning for that.
I think the thing that annoys me the most about UFC judging too, at least in the MLB, the NFL, the NBA, there's crews and, listen, as much as you shouldn't know it because you don't really want them to be involved in the game, but, a lot of them have been there for a very long time. You know the names of the umpire, the referee, whatever. The judges is different people every time. I've never seen a repeating name as a judge.
Yeah.
Like, how are you the UFC making God knows how much money that they are making? And you can't even, like, they can't hire, like, full-time referees?
It's all through the state they're fighting in. Like that's who has to appoint the judges. The
But
UFC
that,
can't have their own. It sucks. It's stupid because states have different people. Like you're saying, like it's not consistent enough to like get it even keel every time.
I mean, I guess it's not a UFC problem. Then it's just a whole thing. Like, that doesn't make any sense to
Yeah,
me.
the whole boxing commission and all that. That's like the boxing is like that's
Boxing
the
is
reason the
horrible.
boxing has fallen off, and now the UFC is starting to deal with some of those
Listen,
problems as well.
did you see the Lomachenko fight?
The who?
It was Vasily Lomachenko and boxing. I don't know if you watch boxing.
No, the last fight I watched was Tank and Garcia. I only watched like the big names.
So it was
Or
it
the
was
big
one of
names on.
the ESPN fights. Vasily Lomachenko, dog, by the way. To me, absolutely won the fight, and he lost.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
even if you don't want to appoint the same person to every single fight, whatever, at least give me like each state. At least give me like a rotation. Hell, make it the
Right.
NBA.
Right.
Give me a 10-man roster of who's gonna. Because listen, you know what? I think I just solved it. Maybe that's how you do it too. Because then your excuse is going to be, oh, well, what? We're going to have 10 judges for all the fights and whatever. Nah, make it like the minors in baseball or like the G League. So when you're first starting out, you do, Bash Brothers fights. You're not doing UFC cards.
Yeah.
And then as you build your knowledge and you build your way up, oh, look, you did good at Bash Brothers. Let's get you to, fights.org. You did good there. Let's get you, to this place. You did good there. Yeah, like, keep building your way up instead of, oh, yeah, like, you don't know what a triangle choke is? I got a place for you to go. The UFC. I think you really learned there. Like, what are we talking about? How it's to me, it's simple.
I think even like just the simplest form of explanation, I would be okay with starting out. Like just after the fight, you have to give the reasoning to why they won, not just the numbers. Like, because when you read out, it's a split decision, and the cards are just completely different. Like that's the most annoying thing is when it's three completely different cards. Like some person's got, like 49-46, another person's got like 49-47, and it's just completely different cards. It's getting out of hand. But
I
the
think
UFC,
that's the worst part of all that is when it's 30-27, 30,
29-28.
like a 30-27, 30-27, and then somebody's got like a 29-28 to the other person.
Yeah. Like how?
Like how? Like, don't get me wrong, the person won because of the majority decision, so who cares? Maybe the right person won, whatever. But how are you that off?
Yeah.
With two other people that watched the exact same fight as you.
And the judges are ringside, right? Like they're
Yes.
right there.
Like, so, but they're not. I guess that is the one thing too, that they don't sit next to each other. I think it's like, it's the octagon. So I think one sits here, one sits here, one sits here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But still, you're telling me that little bit of an angle change made you give the fight to the opposite person?
I feel like they should be watching on like how we watch it. I don't think they should.
No, I think they have monitors as well.
Yeah, but
like,
I think they should.
I don't think they're just staring into the cage. But
I don't think they should be out there because you can't. Like, it's got to be way easier to tell, like on TV, if someone's connecting like a lot or consistently than ringside, where you don't always have the angle. Like you don't.
I mean, I wonder if they would be worried that like the commentator would influence them, but that's simple. You just mute the TV.
Right. They gotta They got to just do better there. I mean, the UFC in general. I don't know if you saw the new fight announcement between Cheeto and Henry Cejudo.
Oh, I did not.
Like and it's such a weird fight because Corey Sandhagen just got a fight against Umar Nurmagomedov, and Corey Sandhagen just beat Cheeto by unanimous decision, like killed him. Like, why is Corey Sandhagen getting an 11th ranked guy and Cheeto just lost and he's getting Cejudo who just fought for the belt? Like, the UFC has not been doing too well lately. It's just
I will say though, I'm very happy at the fact that there's a UFC card every single weekend until like October.
Yeah. Did you watch the fight last Saturday?
I did.
Dude, how did Vettori not get knocked out? How is he?
Listen, here's my other thing. I kind of root for Vettori because he's Italian or whatever, and I always thought like, I always see like next to him that he's ranked like 3 or 2, whatever, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
I've never seen him in a fight look good.
I know. Isn't that weird? Like, he just always looks like kind of okay.
Like, what was the last fight he won?
He lost to.
Because I don't get me wrong, I'm an absolute noob, and I think I've only seen him actually fight twice, and I think heard the home run right now. That is just fantastic. I think one was when he lost to Adesanya, and then the other was the fight against Cannonier. But like,
I think his last win was against Kevin Holland, maybe a while back before the Adesanya fight.
I just never see him like I've never been impressed, I guess I should say. Then again, who the hell am I? But
no, yeah, I'm with you there. He's an interesting fighter. It's that division.
I root for him every time. I'm like, listen, I got the Italian horn on. I'm like, oh, let's go. Like, what? Hey, Marvin Vettori.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's getting bodied in the middle of the ring, and I'm like,
yeah, that division is full of just like maybe if Adesanya wasn't around, he could win a title. But they just. Like, what hope do you really have when he's beaten you twice and you just keep climbing to lose again? It's weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who's fighting this weekend? Who's fighting this
weekend? Guys, let me do a little research for you. UFC.
It's I know who it is. It's Josh Emmett and Ilya Topuria, I think.
Oh yes, you are right.
Yeah. Yeah, Topuria for all the bettors out there. Take him.
Then we got UFC really is gonna about to start blessing us. We got Emmett and Topuria, then we got Strickland, Magomedov, then we got the UFC 290 card, which is just, I mean, this UFC 290 card can make a young man cry.
Is that Poirier Gaethje? Are they on that card?
Nah, bro, that's Bro, we got Volkanovski Rodriguez.
Oh, yeah.
We got Moreno Pantoja.
Don't know.
I'll say that. Whitaker Duplessis. I don't know. Duplessis. We got Turner and Hooker. Bo Nickel versus Gore. Like,
292 is O'Malley, Aljo.
291 and then 291 is Poirier, Gaethje, Blackowitz. What is it? Blackowitz, Pereira, Blachowicz. There we go. Ferguson and Green, and then let's see. Yeah, you were
292 right. Is beautiful. 292 is a beautiful card.
Sterling O'Malley, Zong and Lemos. Neil and Gary.
Cejudo and Cheeto are added to that card, I believe.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, I think that's the card they're fighting right now.
Yeah.
I think. That's what I saw on Twitter. And Zhang Wei Li, isn't she the co-main?
Yeah, she's the champ. No, she's the main. I know, yeah, she's the co-main. You're right, you're right. Co-main.
Yeah, that card's beautiful.
They got some crazy cards coming up.
They always go crazy in the summer. Always.
Now, those are the things you just simply love to see. But all right, let's move on to the NBA. Bradley Beal is now a Phoenix Sun. Didn't see that one coming. Then again, I also saw on Twitter that, like, what is it? The GM is
Yeah,
friendly.
Beal's agent is the father of the Suns CEO.
There we go. So then again, I guess it should have saw it coming.
Yeah, yeah.
So Beal is now a Sun. Do you think that makes him a favorite over the Nuggets next season? Where do you rank them? I think I should say as well. Where do you think you rank the Suns right now? Because I mean, listen, you get anybody with a pulse to play point guard, that team's got to put up points. Now, listen, is the depth going to be awful, especially with these new rules that they have coming out? Yeah, probably going to be very bad. But I mean, hey, at one point you just got to leave one of them on the court at all times. You should never rest all four of them because I mean you're going to have Beal, Booker, KD, and then Ayton. Obviously, Ayton is not on the level of those two or those three. And then hell, I would even say Beal. I don't even think that's a big statement. Beal isn't on the level of KD or Booker, but that's a crazy big Mount. Well, I'm going to say Mount Rushmore. That's a crazy Mount Rushmore. Big four.
Yeah, it is quite the move. Beal turned down the opportunity to go to Milwaukee and Miami. Those were the other two teams that
I didn't even know that.
I think Miami pulled out. Yeah, I think they pulled out, and Milwaukee was the other team that was still in there. Um, this trade is very, very interesting because what we saw in the playoffs, and granted, the Suns did go against Denver, so you can't really hold that series too much against them for losing. I mean, Denver just won it all. Uh, but we saw the second Chris Paul goes down, all you got to do is, it's KD or Booker, which is, obviously two guys you don't want to score a lot, but the ball was in Cameron Payne's hand a lot. He was taking a lot of shots. And with the talent in the NBA now, I mean, you just look at the two teams that made it to the finals. I mean, their top two guys are very good. Murray, Jokic, Bam, Jimmy. But the rest of it was a lot of very good role players stepping up. And, the Suns, with the new CBA, they're not going to be – the guys are going to have to sign for like 1.6. Like if you want good players, they're going to have to sign those type of contracts. Which, I mean, you get to play with Kevin Durant, Devin Booker.
I was gonna say, listen, I'm all about money. Huge fan. like one of the biggest fans of money out there, right?
Die hard.
But if I've made even like if I've made enough that in my lifetime, and yeah, listen, would you love to set up the kids and the grandkids and everything? Yes. And I think even one solid NBA contract, you got the kids good. Maybe not the grandkids, but the kids are good for life. And listen, we're gonna sit here and act like $1.5 million is we're spitting on it or something.
Right.
But if I got like one or two big contracts and I'm towards the tail end, I still got something left though. Hitch my bandwagon right to him. I got no problem jumping aboard.
Yeah, I mean, let's just I'm going to take a look at some free agents here that have made a hefty amount of money throughout their career, some would say.
Okay.
Starting with a former teammate of Kevin Durant. Why not bring Brody to Phoenix? Why not bring Russ there? You say a point guard with a pulse? What about a dog? I mean, I would love to see that. I saw that the Clippers were hoping to get a hometown discount at 1.6.
Would that be the greatest starting five of all time?
I think no. I think I'd take Steph, Clay, KD, Draymond, and Boogie when Boogie first got there.
Yeah, but Boogie wasn't Boogie anymore.
But when he first got there, he kind of was. But then he wasn't.
You think?
But is Ayton all that?
He was. I think. You don't think Ayton was better than Boogie?
I mean, their roles, they're limited.
I think Ayton was way better than Boogie at that point. Prime Boogie, different animal.
Was Booker better than Steph?
No.
Okay. Is Beal better than Clay? Not current Clay.
That's not a fair statement.
What do you mean? I'm breaking it down by these
All right,
guys.
if you go position by position, obviously at this
Which
point,
KD was better? Which KD was better?
I mean, I don't know.
That KD was averaging 35 in the finals.
I think this KD can do the same thing with his eyes closed, though. That's the problem.
Okay, so the KDs equal each other out. Steph is the number 2 to KD there. Book is the number 2 to KD now. I think
Yeah.
that, Book is very good. I don't think it's a huge, well, it's Steph Curry. So it is.
Well, listen, if you want to, all right, say that starting five, we'll go starting five. Say it would be Steph versus Westbrook. Obviously, you give it to Steph. Then you go Booker and Clay. I'm not going to lie. I mean, Clay is obviously so much better defensively. And he is a weapon offensively. We know this. But, I mean, Booker did drop, what, 70?
Yeah, he did.
I almost want to say it cancels out.
Okay, then obviously the KDs cancel out.
KD's
Would you rather have that Draymond or this Bradley Beal? Because they don't match up against each other, but they're like the third guys.
I've never been a Draymond guy.
You don't like the do everything else guy?
No. You want to talk about hitching yourself to a bandwagon and riding it all the way up to the top. I mean, good for him.
Right.
I mean, hell, like I said, I would do it too. People, I'm great at using people.
I mean, I don't know. But some other free agents that could be there. Harrison Barnes. I think he might be looking for another contract, though, probably. Yeah. He's made a lot of money, but he might be looking for more. Josh Richardson, a good player that's made a lot of money, isn't going to get a big contract. Shit, Dylan Brooks falling off. He might be okay with bandwagoning. But the point being is it's going to be very difficult for them to fill out this roster. And that's why they have to trade DeAndre Ayton. He's not going to get the ball. He's not amazing defensively. So what's he going to do? Rebound? A glorified rebounder on a max contract?
Yeah, max contract is definitely crazy.
Like, they're already blowing through the cap threshold because Bradley Beal's making 50 mil. Book is going to get to 50 mil. KD's going to be up there. So they're already going to only have like $15 to $20. Yeah, they got to spread that out.
Spare change.
13 other players. I think they'll bring back Okogie. I think he's going to be a starter for them. I think Book and Beal are going to be the guards. I think Booker is going to be a full-time point guard. I think he has to. Unless, you don't want to start Cameron Payne unless they are able to get a Westbrook, a D'Lo. They're not going to get Chris Paul back.
Here's my question. We saw it with the Lakers. You just take KD and make him the point guard?
I like that, but does KD want to play point guard?
Hey, listen, you can't have everything in life.
Yeah, that's true. I just think you trade Ayton. Like, let's look at some teams out there that would want Ayton. He wanted to go to the Pacers. That's who he originally signed with before Phoenix matched it. You go there, you get Miles Turner, a very good defensive center. You try to get, Buddy Hield, very good shooter to match the contracts.
I'm not going to lie. If they could do that, I would take that trade in 6 milliseconds.
Because I think Ayton still has a lot of trade value. He hasn't really had a chance to do too much.
I don't think that the Pacers would give that up for Ayton. No way.
I think they'd be interested in it. They already have been trying to move Buddy Hield for 3 years. They've been trying to move Miles Turner since he got there, basically.
Yeah, but for Ayton?
Yeah, for Ayton. Number 1 overall pick. See if you can turn it around with him. Him and Halliburton, that'd be a good duo.
Oh, brother. It is a good thing Victor Wembanyama is good at basketball.
What did his pitch look like?
What?
Did he throw the first pitch?
Yeah, he threw the first pitch at the Yankee game.
What did it look like?
Not good.
How many first pitches are good, though?
Here's what I don't understand. And, people say, oh, baseball players aren't athletes. No, why can nobody throw first pitch? It's not even hard.
I think, I bet on baseball a lot lately. I have like such a newfound respect for baseball players. I never thought it was easy. I sucked at it and I tried most sports, and baseball was the one I was like, oh, clearly I cannot do this. But even like even if it's like a pop fly to the outfield, I'm like, don't drop it, don't drop it, don't drop it. Like how like you can't, it's so tough. It's an impossible
I
game.
gotta show you. There's a video that's on Twitter, and it was like, I have no idea how anybody hits a baseball. I gotta send you the video. I still think I don't care what anybody says that hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do in any sport.
Because I mean, it's you're just swinging a piece of wood at a 90-mile-per-hour, not
You're
that big of a
swinging a
ball.
round bat at a round ball going 98 to 100, or doing 360s in the middle of the pitch.
And you're not just trying to like hit it, you gotta like directionally hit it, like situationally. Like it's crazy.
Simply could
Baseball,
never be me.
no, I could not do that. Shout out Juan Soto for getting my hopes up last night though.
Why? What happened last night?
Hit 2 dingers in like the first 4 innings. I was like, oh, I'm feeling good because I bet on the Padres. Had him getting on base, and so did I. Tatis, and I don't know his first name, last name Kim, for the Padres.
The
But
what?
I can't say his first name. His last name's Kim.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he did really well too. They got my hopes up, then they gave up like 6 runs late. I was like, oh, that's just
That is tough.
very unfortunate.
That's simply, what they say. You know what they say about that. It's just not what you want.
No, it was not that. No.
It's certainly not what you want. All right, well, let's go on from the Suns. Because Josh, what other star players you think will be on new teams next season, huh?
Yeah, originally this topic was going to include Bradley Beal, and I was going to say he's going to Miami. Like that, I thought for sure Miami was going to be like, all right, Tyler Hero, we almost won it all without you. Let's get somebody that might stay healthy and can kind of play a little bit defense, which Tyler Hero cannot. But no, he's the Phoenix Sun now. A guy that has been in the news quite a bit lately for non-basketball related activities. Zion Williamson.
His girl is buggy.
Crazy.
See that her Twitter finally got suspended?
Yeah, she was making some threats that could damage some lives.
Bro, she's like, your basketball career is never going to be the same after these tapes drop.
Yeah, like
I was like, bro, you're going to leak your own tape?
Yeah,
it's a bold statement.
Yeah, we're speaking on Zion Williamson. His stock has taken quite the plummet lately. I believe, because I'm big into cards. His rookie card, one of them originally sold for $16,000, and the current bid on that card, and I don't remember how much time. I think there was like 4 hours last time I checked. Was $700.
Yeah, that's not what you want if you bought one of those.
Yeah. And then there was other reports too that his relationship with the Pelicans is non-existent. He's not hanging out with the teammates. So I think there is a very good chance he is on the move. Charlotte with the number 2 pick. Do you take a chance on Zion Williamson? Do you take a chance on that? And if you're the Pelicans, I think flipping Zion for Scoot Henderson is an absolute win given the current situation. But also a teammate of his, Brandon Ingram. The Pelicans are in a very interesting situation. You don't really trust Zion, so do you try to go get that guy who could be a star for you, like Scoot Henderson or Brandon Miller? I was gonna say Dame, but he's doing the same old Dame offseason.
Yeah, what are you saying? It's completely up to the Trailblazers.
Yeah, but he's also saying like he's committed and wants to stay there, but doesn't want to play with young players when all they got is young players. I mean, they got the 4th pick as well. Like, if you don't want to be there, if you don't want to play with young players, don't be there because they're going young.
Just come to the Thunder.
Nah, we need a big, bro. We need a big. We got
Chet coming back.
Yeah, but if we could get Chet to play the 4 and get a 5, I would much rather have that. Let's sign Brook Lopez.
Oh, you said you want DeAndre Ayton?
No, we don't want to waste the money on that. We already got to.
Definitely not.
We've already
Definitely
paid
not.
Shea. We got to pay Chet at some point. Got to pay Giddy at some point. Got to pay J Dub at some point. Uh, I've been seeing way too many Lou Dort trade rumors too. Not a fan of that.
Not the torture chamber.
Yeah, we need that. There were too many late games where he was not playing, and you could tell if he was out there, we win those games. Um,
I'm going to put
another,
a petition in for you to be the coach, Josh.
yeah, I think me and Mark Dagnall, I think we have a lot of similar thoughts
Yeah.
on what we should do. Let's shoot the ball from 3 every fucking time. Let's just do that. I'm a
Hey,
big
listen,
fan of that.
if it works, it works.
We just rotate between a Shea ISO and Isaiah Joe coming off the screen. I think that's you got 2 plays. You can't lose. They're gonna hit one or the other.
See, at least you got it down.
Exactly. Another name I think to watch is Karl Anthony Towns, because I think they're in a weird spot too because I don't think they're gonna trade Gobert. I don't think they can. I think
I still can't believe that trade actually happened.
I think they just kind of had to ride that out. And I mean, they can run it back. I know they've kind of said they want to do that, give this team another chance, but Cat at the 4 is just not going to work. It's not going to work defensively. It's not going to work offensively when Gobert is in the same spot on both sides of the court, just in the paint. It's very tough to do that. But yeah, those are some of the other big names I think that could be on the move. Not really too many other players I could see getting traded. I know a lot of people think Trae Young is going to be moved, and I don't understand why people think Trae Young.
What do we think about Ja being traded after everything that's gone down with him?
Ooh, yeah, that's a very interesting one. Ja, what is it? 25 games? He got
25 game suspension.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Memphis, there's no way I'm trading him. He's just too damn good. Obviously, the situation is not what you want. You want to hope he matures over time. They did sign him to, I think it was a 5-year, 198 last summer. So you just got to pray that, this 25 games really, hits him and hits him to his core. And,
I think he's losing like 25 mil.
Yeah. So he's going to see that bag not be there as well. So you got to just hope he comes back from this. And if he doesn't, then yeah. I mean, if I'm another team out there, I'm sending offers though.
Oh,
like, yeah. I'm take everything you want. Give me job. Change of scenery, maybe a wake up call too. But I don't think Memphis would be looking to move him because he just got such a good thing going there. If he does, get away from all this stupid shit he's been doing, him and Jaren Jackson and Desmond Bane. I think that's a great trio to have.
You just got me so lost. Like, why would you do something like that? Like, how could you possibly be that stupid?
You become who the people around you are.
I mean, the people around you, I guess, but like, you're a grown-ass man. You can't make decisions for yourself, brother.
He's very young as well. I mean, he's not.
I'm very young, too.
What, you just make every perfect decision?
I ain't flashing guns on IG Live.
You also don't got the bag of millions of fans. You ain't got that.
I would be even more careful to not do something.
I would make some dumbass. I would make some dumbass decisions too if I had the clout and a bunch of yes men around me. I would also make some dumb decisions.
I mean, yeah, maybe, but like, you just got in trouble for it and basically suspended, and then you do it again a month later.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
like that's just being stupid. I understand. Listen, everybody makes bad decisions, but like when you know what the consequences already were because you just did it. Have you never heard of the definition of insanity? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. And did the same thing and got a worse result.
Yeah, I think it's so dumb, though, that he didn't expect a different result. I think he knew exactly what he was doing, which makes it even worse.
Josh, I think it makes it even worse.
It does. It definitely does.
I mean, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? Whatever. Josh, give me your mock draft, your top 5, because I sure as hell can't.
Yes, we are just 2 days away from the NBA draft. This Thursday. The NBA offseason flies by.
I feel like the NBA does. See, I think I'm just so used to the NFL draft that you hear about every like 30 seconds, and it's like, oh, like look at this person, where are they going to go? Blah blah blah. And even if we know who the number one pick is going to be in the NFL, it's still like hyped up. I haven't even seen a commercial for the NBA draft.
Yeah, they don't do very well marketing the NBA draft.
Give me a call. I know what to do.
But we obviously know who's going number one to the San Antonio Spurs, Victor Wembanyama.
This is true.
I actually watched a lot of him lately during the French Pro A playoffs. And
big French league guy.
You know me, I'm a degenerate gambler, man. I was betting on the Mets 92 because they were the dogs the whole time. I'm like, they got Victor Wembanyama. They're gonna win some of these games. And he played really well. There was that viral clip of him getting dunked on by some other center, and that game Vic ended with, like 21-16 with 6 blocks, and they won. So, sure,
I think getting dunked on as a center doesn't count.
Also, people saying like, oh, Joel Embiid, Jokic, they're going to eat this man alive. They eat everybody alive. They're the best in the league. He just won MVP. He just won a ring. Like, what are you talking about?
He just won MVP. The other one won back-to-back MVPs.
Exactly.
And a ring now.
Everybody gets dominated by those guys. But, yeah, he's going to be number one. I'm very excited to see what San Antonio does. They got a bunch of good young players over there as well. Number 2 is an interesting spot because, Charlotte could trade the pick, if a Zion is available. But they also, Scoot Henderson next to LaMelo Ball, how does that work? That's a big question going on as well. Obviously, Brandon Miller playing alongside LaMelo is a much better option, like fit-wise. But Scoot Henderson could be I don't want to say generational talent because that word's thrown around way too much. But he is draft. Yeah, but he is
generational talent. I heard that about 16 people. How many generational talents are there?
Yeah, but obviously, Wemby's way up at the top, and then I think it's a gap, Scoot, and then I think it's another gap between the rest of the guys. I think that's how good Scoot is.
You know how bad it's going to be if Wembanyama isn't good?
Yeah.
He automatically goes to biggest draft bust of all time.
Yeah, I just don't see it happening. I'm
just saying. Imagine.
No, that would be insane. That would be one of the biggest flops. Probably the biggest flop.
Imagine. I mean, imagine he has like a 3-year career, averages 6 points.
The only way I see that happen is injuries. That's the only way. I think other than that, he's just too skilled to not be at least good. Which then again, it would still be a bust for him. If he's not, at least all-star level, he's kind of a bust.
Nah, literally. If he has a solid career, like 15-10,
yeah,
you're looking at
all-star. Like really? That guy kind of flopped. He's not good. But I do think that the Hornets are going to take Scoot Henderson, or whoever trades up there will take him. I think he's going to be the number 2 pick. I think Brandon Miller is a surefire 3rd pick as well. Right now, that 3rd pick is, I believe, Portland. Portland is the 3rd pick right now. I really like the fit with Brandon Miller there, too. Him and Shadian next to Dame, and then Simons off the bench, I think would be a nice fit. 4th is Houston. I think they're going to take Amen Thompson. Obviously the Thompson twins are both in this draft. Amen is a much more better ball handler, a better defender. They both have not great jump shots, though. They're not shooters, but that's something you can develop over time. But, being a great ball handler and defender at 6'7" is not something you can really, develop over time. So I think he'll be 4th. And then at 5, the Pistons, I think they're going to take a guy that is at least going to be good in Cam Whitmore. I think he's, just really good all around. Not a great shooter, though, but he does everything else so well that I think it'll make up for it. But, yeah, those are the top 5. I do expect a lot of trades, though. I think there's just a lot of teams, and I don't think there's any, guarantees on a lot of these prospects. I think a lot of them you just take a flyer on. So I could see the Thunder moving up for sure. I really hope the Thunder move up to get Taylor Hendricks to get some size next to Chet. But, yeah, very excited for this Thursday's NBA draft.
I will be tuned in. All right. Enough of the NBA because the NFL is a story that never stops. But before we get to the actual stories, we like to have a little fun here. A little start, bench, and cut. I think the last time we did this, me and Josh disagreed on every single thing.
Yeah, we definitely did.
That
I think
was
we're going to
fantastic.
disagree at least on the first one.
Oh boy.
All
Let
right,
me
you
hear it.
ready? You ready?
I'm ready.
Deshaun Watson, Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence. Two guys that have a very promising future. One guy who it looked like was on his way to be the guy, derailed a little bit. He's going to have his first full
A
season in
little bit
Cleveland.
sounds crazy.
Yeah, just didn't want to dive into it. We talked a lot about that. So.
You know what? At this very moment, I'm going to start Trevor Lawrence.
I agree with you there.
This is where we'll disagree because I'm still benching Watson and I got to cut Fields. I got full faith in Fields, but I know what Watson can do. And I mean, if he gets back to like 80% of what he was, that's still a top 10 quarterback in the league.
Yeah, I'm benching Fields and cutting Watson. I just am. I
I,
think.
I don't blame you based off of how last season looked. I am, I'd probably be a bad GM in some ways that I definitely hold on to the past a little bit of like, he was just so good. There's no
so
way he
good.
can be this bad like now, and it is very possible.
It is. It is. Yeah, I think Fields. We saw the running last year, which was just electrifying. The way he was able to evade guys and was just faster than everybody on the field. The throwing wasn't perfect, but the weapons weren't that amazing either. And now he gets a number one in DJ Moore. The reports on Claypool are not good, but you got to hope maybe that he can turn it around a little bit and be a good weapon for him. And obviously Darnell Mooney's still solid. So I think he's going to have a lot more help this year than he did in his first full season. And I see the arm talent as well. Like, it's all there. He has all the tools. He can throw the ball well. He just didn't throw it a ton last year because they were a run dominant team. So yeah, I'm starting Fields. It's not that, I don't know. I don't think Deshaun is bad. Like, I don't think he just completely fell off, but I just don't think he's going to get back to the guy we
Where he
saw.
was.
Yeah, I think there's just too much mental,
That's
you
fair
know,
enough.
war there that happened over the past few years. I hope he turns out to be a very good player still because he's fun to watch, but I just think Fields is better.
Fair enough.
All right, the next one we are moving on to running backs.
Okay.
Tony Pollard, Najee Harris, Damian Pierce, Travis Etienne. So a lot of guys that very promising starts, but right now with the promising starts in the product you've seen so far, who would you want?
Man, oh man.
I'll go first.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Starting Najee Harris.
You're
Now
starting Najee.
I know the numbers and the production have not been amazing. But if I'm gonna have a running back and I can, put a better O line in front of them and all that, I'm taking Najee out of these guys just for the size, the strength, and all the other things that come with it. He's just like an ideal running back build. I think he has it all. Uh, has he put up the numbers that a guy like Tony Pollard has? No, but I think he will get there. And I'm having Tony Pollard second. I think Tony Pollard is a beast. Obviously, now that Zeke is gone, he's going to get his touches are going to go way up because they don't have to force feed Zeke because he's making $20 million. So now they can give it to Tony Pollard, and he's also in a contract year. So this season he's probably gonna go crazy. But yeah, I'm going Najee, Tony Pollard, Travis Etienne, Damian Pierce. I think Damian Pierce is good, but I don't know. I just don't see the same hype that everyone else saw. Not that he's bad, but I think Etienne is more of a weapon than him.
Wait, so I got to cut two then, right?
Yeah,
And I got Najee, Etienne, Pierce, and who?
Najee, Etienne, Pierce, Tony Pollard.
I'm starting Tony.
Okay. Okay.
Starting Tony. I mean, listen. Oh, I think we saw it with Dallas. He's just so much better than Zeke was. He can catch it out of the backfield. He's a solid runner, even for his size as well. So I know he can do it. And I think, honestly, if he doesn't get hurt in that game, it might be a different outcome.
Yeah.
Possible. So I would start Tony. Man. See, I'm kind of biased here, though, in a tiny bit, because I like the running backs who can catch as well, which is kind of why I want to bench ETN, because he can do that. And then again, Najee.
All three of these guys. I mean, ETN's definitely the best.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Weapon in the passing game out of these three, but all three can do it.
I still think I'm going to bench ETN and I'm cutting the rest.
Really?
Najee hasn't done anything for me that's been impressive to me. I
think they gave him too heavy of a workload early.
I mean, they've given him a large workload and the offensive line isn't very good. Like, I understand both of those things, but this is not my fault. I can just go based off. I can just go based off of your production. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So, I don't know. Like, can Najee become great? Absolutely. I think Pierce is going to be great too. But, like, at this very moment, and I think ETN is going to go crazy next year.
Yeah.
Crazy. Because they're going to have Calvin Ridley in that offense too.
Yeah.
Who was the one that went crazy this season?
Christian Kirk?
Yes. Pair him with Kirk.
Evan Ingram.
I think that offense is about to go crazy. I think ETN is going to be that one that's like, oh, look, I got to cover Calvin Ridley and everybody. Let me just, don't mind me. I'm just sneaking out of the backfield a little bit. Don't mind me. Bam.
Yeah.
40-yard reception.
Those yak yards are going to be something crazy.
Absurd. Just put everybody on a go route and put ETN up against the linebacker and let him run a little option route.
Yeah.
Just let him run him on an angle route. Just have him outrun the linebacker.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be nice.
I think that's what I would do.
Moving on to the receivers, the last one. Also got 4 here. A.J. Brown, Stephon Diggs, Cooper Kupp, Jamar Chase.
Oof. Jesus. So I got Cooper Kupp, Diggs, and Chase.
And A.J. Brown.
Listen, I love A.J. Brown. I'll immediately say he's cut.
Really?
Immediately.
Really?
There's no way I'm taking him over any of those three. Not a chance in hell.
Not over Kupp?
Kupp? Like Cooper Kupp?
Cooper Kupp.
The guy who had the best year of a wide receiver of all time?
Yeah, how many? If you listed your top 10 and I didn't give you a list, Cooper Kupp doesn't wind up on there.
That's cap. Are you kidding me?
What did he do? His name was nothing last year. He didn't do shit.
He got hurt.
Even when he was playing.
You're wrong.
No. Compared to these 3 guys, what they did week in, week out?
Gosh,
you're immediately eliminate A.J. Brown is crazy.
Let's just look at last year. Is there can I go game by game here? Come on. I mean, let's just see. Cooper Kupp played in 9 games last year.
And let's keep in mind, they do give him a lot of touches. Not nearly
9
as many as
games last year. He had 75 catches, 812 yards, and 6 touchdowns.
Right.
9 games.
But it also, his numbers are a little bit different than guys like A.J. Brown.
What did I just say about Najee? That's not my fault.
No, but that's not A.J. Brown's fault that Devontae Smith is on the other side and Dallas Goedert's there and A.J. and Jalen Hurts is running a bunch.
Whose problem is that? Not mine.
It's not A.J.'s either. It's not a downfall on him that he didn't get as many touches.
I'm not saying it's a downfall. But when
You're
I know
using
somebody,
that as an advantage for Cup.
does he still have to go out there and run the routes and catch the passes?
And he does. Did you not watch him in the playoffs? Did you not watch AJ Brown in the playoffs?
Did you watch Cooper Kupp in the playoffs and all year?
Yes, they were both very good.
Cooper Kupp led the league in
he was the triple crown. I'm aware.
Yards and yards after catch.
I am aware. And the year after that, he was not in my top 5.
He played in 9 games, almost had 1,000 yards.
No, okay. Where does Cooper Kupp rank for you?
Right now, he's in my top 5 easy. Listen, last year going
Justin
into the year,
Jefferson,
I had him at 1.
Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill.
I'm taking Cooper Kupp over Hill.
You're stupid.
Nah.
Cooper Kupp over Tyreek Hill.
Did Tyreek Hill do what Cooper Kupp did?
He did more.
He did more?
He's not our triple crown, cool. But you compare careers, Tyreek Hill is better.
He's been in the league longer. I would hope so.
Or even if he gets to the same, like where Tyreek Hill, how long he's played now, when Cooper Kupp gets to that same year, I guarantee Tyreek Hill's numbers and career is better.
I mean,
he is way better as a player. I could get hit by
a truck tomorrow. Then guess what? My stats won't be as better as somebody who lived the day longer.
He is still a better player as well.
He can't block as good as him.
Cooper Kupp, okay, he can't run as fast as Tyreek.
Okay. If Tyreek Hill's so fast, why didn't he lead the league in yards? He should just be able to catch the ball and zoom out.
How many yards? All right, he didn't lead the league in yards, but look up how many yards Tyreek Hill had last year.
Listen, last year Kupp got hurt. Doesn't even.
That's not my problem.
Well, it is in this.
That's not my problem.
Bro, 145 catches, 1947 yards, and 16 touchdowns in 2021. And you're telling me that guy's not a top 5 receiver?
No, I can't just go off the numbers off of the top 5 guys I'd want.
So you just don't care about production then?
I love production. Love to see it.
So nobody produced better than him. He's not a top 5 receiver?
Top 5, I'm not just going off their numbers. If I'm going to pick a receiver one, I'm going to over who I want as my receiver, skill-based.
Okay.
I'm not saying Cooper Kupp sucks.
No, hold on. Name your top 5.
I'm not saying Cooper Kupp sucks, but I'm saying if I'm going to have a receiver,
I just need a top 5 out of you then.
Justin Jefferson.
Okay.
Devontae Adams.
Yep.
Tyreek Hill.
Uh-huh.
Stephon Diggs.
Uh-huh.
Who would be 5? I'm trying. I don't got a list in front of me of all the names. Who are some other receivers?
Chase?
Probably, yeah. I'd probably take Jamar Chase over Cooper Kupp. Who else is out there? It's not 6.
AJ Brown?
That's a tough decision.
That's a tough decision is one of the craziest quotes that has ever happened on this program.
If you have a number 1 wide receiver, you're telling me you'd rather have Cooper Kupp than AJ Brown?
Yes. Every day, twice on Sundays.
Nah, I'll take AJ.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'll take AJ Brown.
You're out of your mind. You know, just for this, I'm starting Kupp. Who are the other 2? Diggs and Adams?
Yeah, Diggs, Adams, Diggs, AJ Brown, Chase.
I'm starting Kupp. Oh, no. Wait, Kupp wasn't in this?
It's 4, just like the last one.
I'd start Kupp. I'm benching Adams, and I'll cut the rest of them.
Just don't see it the same. The route running isn't going to do it every time. Sometimes it's skill. Sometimes it's athleticism. You just got to beat the other guy.
Yeah. Guess what? Kupp beat him 145 times.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
He
no.
did.
The numbers don't just say that. The numbers do not just prove that he beats them every time. Screen routes, little quick curls, those are not beating a guy.
So all 145 catches is bullshit?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
what about the year before when he had 92?
Is Michael Thomas in your top up there too? Because he had a bunch of yards
and numbers about 4 years ago.
Jesus.
Now that this man, listen, DeMar Hamlin died and is back on the field faster than Michael Thomas.
But his numbers were amazing
4 years ago. Well, you don't think Michael Thomas 4 years ago was one of the best receivers in football?
Everyone agreed the numbers are not proving everything. I think that's a pretty obvious statement that
I
the
think
numbers
you
do
are
not mean
out
everything.
of your mind that Cooper. I
If
hope
I got
Cooper,
5 guys above Cooper Kupp, that's out of my mind.
out of your mind.
You're crazy. You're
No,
crazy.
no, no. We got some serious issues with you.
No, I'm talking about skill base. This guy who is
Listen,
Cooper Kupp
all
is
I
not
know
this
is
athletic
the
specimen.
skill that he has led to a triple crown and one on top of that because he led the league in yak.
Yeah, it was beautiful, an amazing season. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm saying if I'm gonna pick a guy, not a system, not just in that perfect system for
now
him.
it's a system.
I didn't say he sucks though. I'm not saying he's a system player.
I'm not saying you said that, but you're making an awful lot of points right now to disprove
I'm
everything
sorry
he's
Cooper
done.
Kupp is not in my top 5, but he's just not a
You
top
should
5.
be sorry. It's
He is just not a
embarrassing.
top 5.
It's
Who's your top
embarrassing.
5? Who is your top 5? So who's
I'd
is Kupp
probably
1?
go.
Kupp is 1. You're talking about him as the best receiver in the league.
I mean, hey,
Okay,
If
you
you-
got him over Jettas. Okay.
no, not listen. Last year he got hurt, so he dropped down. He's probably at 3 right now.
Durability not a part of sports as well.
And absolutely, did you not just hear me say he dropped down? Listen, going into last year, he was my best receiver in football. Going into last year, he absolutely was. Coming off of the year that he did, absolutely. But now I'd probably go Jefferson, Adams, him, Diggs, Chase.
So he's 3rd?
Yeah.
Jeez, the way you're talking, he's 1 though.
I said he dropped out because he got hurt. I need him on the field. Listen, if he's on the field, Josh, I'll make a bet with you right now. You degenerate.
You know I'm in. You know
I'll
I'm in.
bet you 50 right now. If Kupp plays a minimum, I got to have him in a minimum. It's football. People get hurt. You know? That's fair. He plays in 14 games. He's got 1,400 yards and 7 touchdowns.
In 14 games?
Minimum.
1,407 touchdowns. You're not going to throw in some receptions later on?
No.
Yeah, I'll do that. 7
perfect.
touchdowns. He's got to have both, though. He got to have both.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Perfect. Thank
Love it.
God.
Love it. Love
Easiest
it.
money I made on this program.
It's going to be so funny when we come back. He's got 1375.
He's going to have 1399 and 6 touchdowns.
Oh, that's going to be
and the 1 yard is going to be, and he's going to have it going into the last game that I need. And he's going to have
it's
a
going to be the pass
at the
interference.
fucking end zone.
It's going to be the pass
Instead of passing it,
interference.
they're going to hand it off to and do an end around.
It's going to be the pass interference like when the Saints and Rams played and it's not called. And it's just like, that's going to be great. I can't wait.
What are you doing?
I thought I already said mine.
Did you?
No, I don't think I did.
We'll do it again.
I'm going Diggs. Okay. Diggs, Chase, and cut AJ and Kupp. That's how I'm going. And AJ's getting cut because we have to.
Wait. I thought
Starting
Adams
game.
was in this.
No. It's Chase, Diggs, AJ, Kupp.
Oh, well, then mine's messed up. I said Adams, sit. Oh, well, then mine is, then I'm probably sitting Diggs and cutting Brown and Chase. Starting Kupp. Still starting Kupp.
I'm aware. I did not. I'm surprised you didn't got the jersey on.
I might buy one now.
You're going to have to.
I might use the $50 that I win off of you as a down payment on a jersey.
Let me tell you. Yeah, I was going to say it better be a down payment because those things are not 50
I think we should go jersey for jersey.
But you got to buy me 5 jerseys then. You got to buy me.
I'll buy you a jersey when if you think, but when I'm right, I need a Kupp jersey.
That's not $50, so I can't do that.
I'm crying.
He goes for $1,800. I'll get you a jersey.
1,800 deal. I think that's very possible. You got any more of these?
I don't. I only brought 3. I wish I did now because I feel like we got a lot of disagreements.
I mean, hey, next show. All right, last topic. We got Dalvin Cook and DeAndre Hopkins. They're both free agents right now. Dalvin Cook one really came out of nowhere. The Hopkins one, everybody kind of saw coming. Dalvin Cook was very random and weird to me. But where do you think they're signing, Josh? Because let me tell you something. DeAndre Hopkins is going to be Patriot.
It seems like it. It seems like it. But I hate that move so much.
I love it.
He is too good to go there.
What do you mean? Good. Mac's going to be slinging him dots.
You just lied to yourself. It was so tough for you to say that right there.
Oh, no. Mac is going to be slinging dots to DeAndre Hopkins. And, the times that Hopkins isn't open, bam.
Yep, that's exactly what.
I was going to say Jacoby Myers, but I forgot that he's not on the team anymore. He's on the Raiders now.
Who'd you guys even sign? You guys signed somebody good.
Juju.
Yeah, Juju. Yeah.
The 1-2 punch of DeAndre and Juju.
Oh, what a trio.
We remember what Juju Smith-Schuster can do as a number 2 wide receiver. Where when he had Antonio Brown on the opposite side. Oh my! Patriots offense went from one of the worst last year. That'd be one of the best this year.
The dream trio of Mac Jones, DeAndre Hopkins, and Juju.
I don't know how defensive coordinators are going to sleep at night.
That is just a nightmare. And even if that trio was thriving in training camp and preseason, Bill is putting that rock on the ground 38 times a game.
Hey, I might have to draft Ramondre Stevenson.
You're going to have to.
Might have to.
I think Hopkins, I don't know. It's been a weird situation. He's been on Pat's show a couple times, and I just kind of getting a weird read on what he really wants. Because you'd assume, getting a little bit older, he's made a lot of money. He'd want to go to a contender. But, with the Diggs stuff, it was kind of related to Hopkins too, that they didn't get him. So that just kind of seems like they're off the table, which is weird if you're going to pick a team in the East, in the AFC East. I'd probably want to go to Buffalo before I go to New England.
Even I would have.
So I don't know. Hopkins, I want him to go to Buffalo, but it does seem like it could be a reunion in Houston or a trip in New England. Where else did he take a visit? He took a visit Tennessee, right? Tennessee.
If he goes to the Titans, he's out of his mind.
He's going to Tennessee. Yeah, that just makes sense.
That would be the absolute dumbest thing I've ever heard of in my life.
The fact that his 2 finalists are kind of New England and Tennessee is crazy in its own right. That is wild.
Tennessee. What are we talking about?
Did you not see what happened to Julio and Robert Woods when they went there? It's not fun for
Jesus.
It's not a place for those guys. Dalvin Cook just feels like a Miami guy, though. No, I
don't know. He said he wants 12 mil.
Yeah, but he's just not going to get it. It's just not going to happen.
I mean, yeah, that's probably true.
He can want it. I want it too. Shit.
He also did say though that wherever he would love to team up with Hopkins.
Yeah, that's why.
So what if Hopkins goes somewhere and he's like, bro, I really do want to play with you, but you're not getting 12. How about 8?
Yeah, I mean,
and we can team up together. And listen, Patriots offense remade instantly. I love Ramondre. Get off my team, brother.
I think it's crazy they were not able to trade Dalvin.
I don't. The NFL makes no sense to me. Their trades and everything that usually ends up happening is literally the dumbest thing ever.
Jalen Ramsey went for what, a 5th?
Yeah.
And a backup tight end?
Yo, that's crazy. I forgot that was this offseason. That's how long ago it was.
Just
got traded for a 85th round draft pick and a 5th.
Crazy. So, I mean, not being able to get anything for Dalvin, I wonder what those, that means no one offered even a 7th. If you cut him, well, then actually, well, no, because they still had to pay him something, right, when they cut him?
Josh, I'd love to be able to tell you, but the NFL rules to this day still don't make sense to me. I literally have no idea, when you have to, if he's still on the roster by, June 86th, but, it's 446 instead of 450. You owe him this much. I'm like, bro, you can't just tell me.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he's a Miami guy, though. I think Dalvin winds up in Miami.
I feel
like that's a fit.
I can see it.
Nice weather over there.
That is true. Well, listen, that's the last topic of the day that we have. So with all that being said, it was a beautiful, beautiful return show. I miss doing this. It's a nice stress reliever after being in the office all day. Josh, we got to get more consistent. We've been slacking. It's our fault.
I agree. I agree.
It's absolutely our fault. And with all that being said, there will be no show next week or the next couple weeks actually, because I won't.
Shit, I might go live on my own.
I think you should.
If some interesting things happen, if draft night's crazy.
Listen, you know people that you can still hit up and go live. Don't be shy.
Absolutely.
Don't be shy. Well, all right. Listen, everybody, I appreciate everybody for tuning in and looking at this, gorgeous face the whole time because Josh turned into a fan. You can follow me on Twitter, Anthony Conover _ Make sure you go over there to Underdog Fantasy as well. Use code GenZW, your first deposit up $200. Baseball season's here. UFC's always going on. Obviously, get in tune for football. Start winning baseball bets now so you can bet on football later. You know what I mean? Josh, where can they find you?
Yeah, follow me on Twitter at JoeLynn _4. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. And like Connie said as well, head on over to Underdog. Use code GenZ. You can double your first deposit. And I do believe they have a new, it's called the Chihuahua for the 2023 season in the NFL. And for all you non-big spenders, it's a $4 entry, $25K to first place.
Hey,
$4. You go onto Underdog, use code GenZ, put in $10. You can enter that thing 5 times. 5 different times at a shot at $25K, $250K in total in prizes. So head on over to Underdog, use code GenZ, and we'll see you some other time right here.
Well, that being said, y'all have a good one, and we'll catch you on the next episode, all right?